What's up? This is Dane NTTV. I'm here to do my spoiler review of Xmen 97 Season 2, Episodes 1 through 5. Episode 1, Days of Future Past. Forge creates a time machine and sends Bishop back to the year 3000 BC to the rise of Apocalypse reign, and himself forward to 3960 AD, the height of Apocalypse power, to retrieve the Xmen. Forge is reunited with Wolverine, Storm, Morph, as well as Cyclops, Jean, taking care of Nathan. Cyclops and Jean had not revealed their relation to him, preventing a cause and a paradox with Cable, and they're reluctant to return in the 90s without him. Cyclops and Jean leave Mother Ashton camp. Unfortunately, they capture the Apocalypse forces and wish Nathan a new vessel for Apocalypse spirit. Mother Eskini transported the Xmen through the time, one group to train the others to try to prevent the mutant Salva ever to becoming Apocalypse in the first place, which is crazy. Another Cyclops and Jean are revealed to be his parents. Nathan brings him free to escape the X-Men's help. Apocalypse Spirit flees to the 1990s and to take X-Men's vulnerable, while emerges with the ship's computer, setting him the path to becoming Cable. In the 1990s, Cable, Psylocke, Archangel start recruiting a team to track down Apocalypse. Episode 2, Day of Reckoning, is focused more on X-Force, featuring Forge, Bishop, Havoc, etc. They said to be controlled by the government, and Jubilee is present in the building. Jubilee talks to two members to X-Force. You have to be on the X-list roster to knock off Cyclops, laugh a while. Meanwhile, Cable talks to Sunspot in the ship. He talks to somebody and he can hold in his own, and you know what he has to do. And it shows a pivotal moment in Apocalypse's life. Forge said we have to go to Cable, becomes the soldier to defeat Apocalypse to make sure they're able to do time work. Priest then goes to the temple, and then while Apocalypse in the capsule for regeneration, who in the vessel is telephoned to take the horsemen to do whatever to be a child. And Cyclops and Jean Grey's clone baby. You're fighting it off for the day of life where you've been born. Jean Grey talks to Cyclops, tells it important to make Nathan go back to the correct path, and the day that you embrace it, you're here for Nathan's prophecy. Cyclops and the rest of the X-Men fights the four horsemen of Apocalypse. Apocalypse must be stopped. The priest then looks quicker, and you do all you can go. Storm said that's not how it's supposed to be to come to pass. The one destiny is to destroy Apocalypse. We would say Apocalypse is used as a weapon. Episode 3, Part 1, Rise of the Mutant Apocalypse. In ancient Egypt, in 3000 BC, a young mutant, Salvanor, who has later become Apocalypse, leads the sandstorms against Pharaoh Ramatut, a ruler whose futuristic technology enslaved his people. Many attempts to impart Xavier's philosophy to Nora, and aiming to make him the first X-Men to enable him to rewrite history in favor of mutant coexistence. This goes against Xavier's parents, who fears that Nora is destined to become a villainous Apocalypse. Nora spares the life of Tut, second in command, and General Logos, a surprise of his followers. Beast, Rogue, and Nightcrawler attempt to build a time machine, using the remains of Ramatut soldiers to return home. Nora interrogates Logos, but the Logos provoke him from revealing that Nora is a former master. Before Nora can kill the Logos, Magneto intervenes. Xavier enters the Logos' mind, seeking answers about the Pharaoh. But then he shocks him, a weapon that transforms Titan into a god, into an ancient temple. Later, Nora and Santos discover the X-Men plans involving the technology. Feeling betrayed by Magneto, Nora decapitates the Logos and the champion ideology of survival of the fittest. Bishop appears, and together the X-Men defeat the Sandstormers before they could travel back to the 90s. Ramatut is shot in the base where X-Men and Nora are located. Episode 4, Part 2, Magneto protects the X-Men from the blast, but Nora survives as well. Xavier is able to convince Nora to work together again to reveal their identities. They work together in search for the ancient temple. Rama-Tut warns Xavier telepathically about the ramifications of Nora finding the temple before him. Nonetheless, the group reaches the temple, reveals the house of the fallen celestial ancestors that will later be the Apocalypse weapon. The inscriptions of the temple is Nora's future, and he turns X-Men acquire celestial technology. The X-Men fight Nora, but fail to stop them becoming the technology and becoming Apocalypse. Magneto takes the blame and sends them back to the future. Apocalypse stops Xavier from leaving, while Rama-Tut revealing himself as the King, the Conqueror, which is crazy. It escapes from the future before the Apocalypse launches a black hole in the city. Magneto manages to stop the destruction of the city, becomes injured and then killed by Apocalypse, and chooses Xavier. Bishop returns and retrieves and Aggrieved Xavier. In the 90s, Captain America and Black Widow deliver Wolverine a file on Weapon X. Episode 5. Wolverine and Morph gather up the former old hit squad, Team X, consisting of Sabretooth, Lady Deathstrike, Maverick, and Garrison Kane, to track down a Weapon X research facility to assassinate Abraham. As they approach, the helicopter is drowned by mutant birds, and Kane dies in the crash. The rest of the team found the mutated animal to reach the facility. Then they deserted in the ruins in the Canaries as the souls of our say mutates into an alien insect and summons swarms. The group splits off to restart the power of the facility and secure escape. Lady Deathstrike questions Morph about their loyalty to Wolverine before they able to find the footage of the Brood. The Hivemen, the alien species. Cornelius wanted to control the test subjects. Wolverine gets affected by the Brood and affected by the adamantium chamber. The real reason for his mission is he kills Maverick and accidentally releases America Red. Morph persuades his survivor to rebond Wolverine and adamantium, which is the DNA of his Brood. They succeed and regains the adamantium claws just in time to defeat Omega Red. The group successfully escapes the facility as it incarcerates the Brood. However, Morph and Wolverine relationship becomes strained. Another good half of the season. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Do the rest of the season. Thank you.